Hello everyone, so welcome back to my channel. So in this video we are going to learn about the transformation. So there are four types of transformation which we are dealing with. That is the translation, we have the enlargement, we have the reflection, and we have the rotation. So this video deals with the translation part and the reflection part, right? So please understand it. So I make you understand with the help of the example. So understand it, and if you have any query, please comment in the comment box that ma'am, this problem we are facing or this topic we want. So yeah, let's start with the video, everyone. So why it is a part of the geometry? Because here we are dealing with the xy plane, because whatever we are doing with the shape that we are doing on the xy plane, so that's why it's called as a geometry, right? So what is the first thing that we have to understand? A transformation is a term for four specific ways to manipulate or to change a point, line, or a shape. So basically, because we are in grade 9, so we have to transform the shape basically. So it could be a rectangle, it could be a square, it could be a closed shape that we have to manipulate. So there are four ways of transformation. So transformation means basically changing the shape, right? Changing the shape within the xy plane. So this is my x-axis, this is my y, this is my x dash or negative, this is my y negative. So if the figure is here, so we have four options to transform this shape. We can translate. Translate means we can move to any other side. So let's say this figure is here right now. So we can take it to here or anywhere, right? We can take it to here also. It's Then we have reflection. Reflection means either we can take this is my original shape, so we can transform, we can do the reflection either on the over the x-axis or over the y-axis. Means if over the x-axis, then this shape will go to this side. If the original shape is here, then if I'll translate, I'll transform the reflection, then over the x-axis will go here. But if the shape is reflected over the y-axis, let's say for example the shape is here and it is over the y-axis, then this is my y-axis, so shape will go here. If the original shape is here, then it will go here. So that's called as the reflection, basically the flipping. Then we have the rotation. Rotation means how much you are rotating. For example, let's say this is my xy plane. If the figure is here, okay, and I'm name it to ABCD. So how much I want to rotate it, right? So this is my original point. How much I want to rotate it? I have to rotate it to 90 degree. I have to rotate it to 180 degree. I have to rotate it to 270 degree. It's my choice, right? So the angle could be anything. And two things. One, the angle. And second thing, the movement is clockwise or anti-clockwise. If it clockwise or anti-clockwise, that also depends here on rotation. Basically turning the figure by taking a center. Center is very, very important. Then we have the enlargement. So let's say, for example, this is my original shape. I want to enlarge it, so it becomes the image. So original was this one and the new one is this one. Or I want to reduce this. The original was this one and the reducing image is this one. So that is also a part of the transformation, right? So let's understand the next part that we have. The original shape is called as the object. The original shape, right? Which the shape that we have to transform by any way, rotation, reflection, any way, that's called as the object. But whatever the new image, new shape I got, that is called as the image, right? So that you have to understand. That's very, very important. Now moving to the next part. The next part is that translating an object. If you are reflecting, if you are translating, and if you are rotating an object, let's say, for example, this is the original figure and I transformed it and the new figure is this one. So if I'm translating, reflecting, or rotating, the figure are congruent figure, means they have the same shape and same size. But if I'm doing the enlargement or reduction, obviously the shape is same, but the size is not the same. So enlargement offers always the similar shapes, not the congruent. Congruent means having the same shape, same size. But the similarity means if you are doing the enlargement or the reduction with the object, then the new figure I obtained, that is called as the similar shape. Okay, the original one and the new image, that is called as the similar images, similar figures, because they are having the same shape but the size are not same. right? So that's that. So I think it's very much clear to you. Next point that we have, translation. So first understand what is the meaning of translation. So some guidance will be given to you. Translation means, suppose originally the coordinate is this one, means some point is there. Let's say, for example, 2, 3. So you are either adding something or subtracting to both. That is called as a translation. But it is not necessary that you will do the plus or minus in both the. It could be with one also, it could be with both also, it could be with the y-axis. So always the first number is x-axis and second is y. So now understand, for example, this is my shape. This is my original shape. Okay, and we have to transform this. First thing that we have to write the coordinates for this. So we know that this is my 0. That's my -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, 1, negative, -2, -3. Because this is my positive, this side positive, this side positive, but this side negative, and this side also negative. As we are going in the third quadrant, and we know that this is my first quadrant, this is my second quadrant, this is my third quadrant. So third quadrant, both the points are negative. So let's write the coordinates for the original shape. So my point for the t, if you will see t, where is t point? So x is what? X is -5, this is -5, and the y is on the -1. So -5 and -1. Then we are having t. T point is x is -1 and the y is -1. So -1 and -1. Then we have I, that is the point r, x is -5. Okay, and the y is -3, right? These are the original points. These are the original points. Now, when we are talking about the transforming shape, what they are saying? They are saying 1 unit right. As we are moving right or left, it means we are changing something in the x-axis. If we are moving up and down, that means we are changing something in y, right? So here 1 unit right, right means plus, right means plus. So we are adding 1 to the x. So we can't write t, it will be t dash, new one. So I'm adding 1, -5 plus 1 is -4. And I'm doing 2 units down. Down means negative. I'm subtracting 2 units, -2. So -2 here. So -1, -2 is -3. Same with E, I'm adding 1 to this. So -1 plus 1, 0. And -1, -2. It will give me -3. Then we have for I have -5, my +1, because I am adding 1 to the x-axis, that becomes -4. And I am subtracting 2 to the y-axis, that gives me -5. So these are my new shape coordinates, right? So let's draw it. So I want the -1, -2, -3, -4, and so on. Okay. So new shape, -4 and -3. Where is -4? -4 is on the x-axis. -4 and -3. -4 and -3. So -4 and -3 here. So this is my new point. Okay, and in the color, I use the blue color. So this is my first point, that is t dash. Then we have 0, -3, 0 on the x-axis and -3 on the y-axis. That's the new point. Second, that is E dash. Then I dash is -4, -5. This is -4 and this is where is -5? This is -5. So here they meet at this point. Now, what is my next thing? I just have to add them. Okay, I have to join these points, and this is my new translated shape, transformed shape. So this is my new shape. This is I dash, T dash, E dash, and I dash. Okay. So this is how we translate something. It is not necessary every time we are doing some changes in both the parts, in both the points. It is not necessary. Sometimes it's with X only, or with Y only, or with both only. Okay. That's the translation. And please remember one thing, if you are moving right, it means you are changing in the y-x-axis, but positive. You are adding something. If you are moving left, it means changing within the x-axis only, but you are subtracting something. Similarly, if you are going up, it is written up, means you are changing in the y-axis with plus something, and down means with subtracting something, but over the y-axis. Okay, so that's the change. Okay, so these are the questions that I have done for you. So you can see any question you can do. These are the, first of all, you have to draw the shape by yourself, because these are the original shapes. So I can do one for you. So let's write the question. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll just make the shape here. I'll just make the X. One question I'll do for you. Okay. So this is my XY plane. You already have the graph paper. You already have the XY plane paper, trace paper. So you can use that. I don't have, so I'm drawing it here only. X dash, Y dash, and this is 0. So if you will see the numbers are not so big. It's 0, 1, 2, -2, and so on. So this is my 1 because right side plus 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus. Left side means negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. Then up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So plus 4, 5, 6. -1, -2, -3. That's it because the numbers are not so big. So I'm not writing so many points. Now I'm changing the color because first of all, I'll draw the original shape, right? So original shape is Q is 0, -1. Q 0 and -1 is on the y-axis. So this is my first point, right? Then -2. Okay, I'll write first of all the original points because I have to do the changes here only. And J is 3, 0. So -2, 2. So -2 is on the x-axis and 2 is on the y-axis. So that's my second point. Then we have 2, 4. That is V. So this is my Q. This is my D. 2, 4. 2 is plus X and 4 is this. So here and here. Okay, so that's my point 2, 4, which is V. And J is 3, 0. 3 is on X and 0 is on the Y. Okay, please remember first point is always X and second is Y. So 3, 0. And that's my point J. Okay, now what my next point? I will just have to join them. So I'll use the another color. So this is my original figure. Okay, that's my original figure. Now, what are the changes that we have to do in the original shape? 2 units left. Left means we are subtracting something with X, right? With X. So -2 and 1 unit down. Down also means negative. So I'm subtracting 1 to the y-axis. So now Q dash, D dash, V dash, and J dash. Okay. So now I'm subtracting -2. 0 -2 is -2 and I'm subtracting 1. So -1 is -2. Then subtracting -2, subtracting -1, -2 is -4 and -1. So 2 -1, this is +2. +2 -1 is 1. Then I have 2. So I'm subtracting 2. So it will be 0 and 4 -1, which is 3. 3, I'm subtracting 2 here. I'm subtracting 1 here. So 3 -2 is 1 and 0 -1 is -1, right? So these are my new shape points. So let's draw them. So first of all, I'll draw the points. -2, -2. So -2 and -2. So this is X -2, Y -2. Where these join? This here. This is my Q dash. Then -4, 1. So -4 of X and 1 of Y. So this is next point. That is D dash. Then we have B dash 0, 3. So 0 of X and 3 of Y. So this is my new point. And then 1, -1. So 1 of X and -1 of here. Okay, so this is my new points. So let's draw them. I'll use the another color. So this, and this. So this is my new shape. Okay, so if you will see the translated shape and the new shape, so that's my translation, right? So please remember this thing. That's very, very important. So I think it's very clear. Now let's move towards the reflection. Okay, next is reflection. I think the translation is clear to you. So next is reflection. What is the meaning of reflection? I am taking the shape either if the shape, let's say, for example, if the shape is here and I am reflecting the shape across the x-axis, then it will be go here. If the original shape is here, across the x-axis, it will go here. If the original shape is here and I am reflecting across the y-axis, then it will go here. If the original shape is here, then it will go here. Okay, so the reflection, for reflection, it's very necessary. You have to be very much clear that over which axis you are taking, right? So that's very, very important. So Let's understand basically. So what is the definition? The reflection gives an image that looks like the reflection of an object in the mirror, like this. Okay, because if you will see your hand, your left hand, um, in the mirror, then there is a change of the side. The right will become left and left will become right. So that's the changes that we are able to see. So let's say this is my question. And the question is that there is a triangle PQR with the coordinates given. And we have to reflect, let's say, across the x-axis. Okay. Over x-axis. Over x-axis, we have to change. So what are the coordinates? Coordinates we have to remember. We have to see the coordinates. Very important for the translation also, and for the reflection also, and for the rotation also. Now, what we will do here, across the x-axis means this is my x-axis. This is my line of reflection across. Either it is written across the x-axis or it is written line of reflection. So what you have to do, whatever the points that you have, you just have to change the sign. You just have to change the sign of y. That's it. Okay. You just have to change the sign of y, nothing else. X will be the same. So over x-axis, you just have to change the sign of y, right? So this is my x, 0, negative 0, 1. So new q dash will become 0, negative 1. Then we have r minus 1, 3. It will become minus 1, minus 3. And for p, it is 4, 3. It becomes 4, negative 3. So let's draw it. So q dash is 0, negative 1. 0, negative 1 is this one. R is minus 1, minus 3. So minus 1 and minus 3. So here, because they are meeting here. Then 4, negative 3. 4, oh, sorry. Wait a minute. I have done some change. Wait. I done the mistake. Minus 1, minus 3. This is minus 1 and minus 3. So that's my point. Okay. Then 4, negative 3. 4 positive, x and y negative 3. So here. And what is my next step? Next step is just to join the points, and that's my new reflected shape. Okay, so that's the point. So let's take a question of the y-axis also. Okay, so that's very important. So that's my y-axis. If my line of reflection is this one. So line of reflection means whatever the changes I am doing over the y-axis. So over the y-axis, please remember one thing, the x sign will get changed. Y will not change. So C is 1, 3, D is 1, 1, B is 6, 3, and A is 6, 1. So for the y-axis, if the line of reflection is y-axis, then the x sign will get changed. So C dash, D dash, B dash, and A dash. So minus 1, 3, because x will change always. Minus 1, 1, minus 6, 3, and minus 6, 1. Let's draw it. C, minus 1, 3. So minus 1, 3, minus 1 of x and minus 3 of this. Okay, that's my first point. Minus 1, 1, minus 1 of x and 1 of y. So that's my second point. Minus 6, 3, minus 6 is here, and 3. This is my, because minus 6 and y is 3. Minus 6, 1, minus 6 and 1 of y. So that's my next point. So what is my next step? Next step is to join the points, and I got the reflected shape across the y-axis. So that's my, okay, fine. So I think up till here it is clear. Now in the next video, we understand the rotation and we understand